So we've officially entered mud season at the farm. This is pretty typical for this pre-winter, pre-spring time that things get a little bit muddy around here. So we're slopping around in the mud a little bit, but we still got to feed every day. And we thought we'd show you a little bit more about feeding. I don't think we've ever talked about that yet. And so I thought I'd show you a little bit about what goes into our feed and how we feed it out, and the different barns and the different properties we take it to. So the last week or so we've been feeding with the 1066. That's our oldest tractor, but it's our backup tractor that we use on the mixer whenever the 5050 is not available. And the reason was because the 5050, the PTO clutch went out. So we've been feeding a lot of heavy mixes lately, and I think we're wearing it out a little bit too fast. But so we had to take the 5050 to the shop and put a new PTO clutch in it, but we just got it back. They're all finished up, so let's get it unloaded. We feed two different mixes to the black cattle that we feed here. And so we have a backgrounder ration and we have a finisher ration. So we're feeding the we're feeding the backgrounder ration now. And we feed that at two different spots. One barn here at the home place and also down at the new place. finish out this mix down there. All right, first time pulling in the barn down here. So we're trying this out for the first time today. We cut a hole in the dry floor up above in this barn, and we're gonna feed right from the dry floor right onto this conveyor so that we don't need to convey the feed all the way across the barn. So we flip this divider, and that determines which side the feed goes on. And we're gonna feed this side first. So here we go. We have three main ingredients that we mix our rations with, and that's corn silage, earlage, and barlage, what we call it. All three of those products we grow here on our farm. The barley is grown through the winter, and the corn is obviously grown through the summer. So this is our youngest group of calves on TMR. Up until then, they're on a grain diet, and then we wean them into this TMR, total mix ration, and they're on a TMR mix like this for the rest of the time at the farm. This one calf must have jumped through the fence. Heather's gonna run out and see if she can bring him back. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. We have a nutritionist that helps us put together these rations. So they take samples of the different ingredients, and then they can put together a ration that has the nutrient value that we need for the different groups. And we're mixing up the grower ration now, which is our second ration in the progression. Starter being first, and then grower, and then a finisher. The other two are for the other cattle. So this grower ration we can't feed with the mixer because of where those pens are. So we run this mix off in two little piles, and then we feed it with a skid loader to get into the pens. this grower mix, we feed to the pen we call the back stable, but there's no way to get a skid loader or a mixer in there to feed that into the trough. So we opened up a hole through the barn floor upstairs, and so we dumped the feed down through a hatch in the upstairs of the barn, and it lands in the trough below. I'll show you. Unfortunately, it doesn't always land exactly where we want it, so we have to push it around a little bit to make sure all the cattle in here can get to it. Kata needed to stop for a snack, right? So we feed our grower ration to two different groups, and the one group is here in the barnyard. So we have to come in the barnyard and dump it off into this trough for them to get to it. So it's not ideal, but it works fine. We have a special latch on this gate that allows us to go in and out with a skid loader without getting out. So that works out pretty good and keeps us from letting the steers out. So this gate latch is a Shelmar Acres design. We made this latch because we were having trouble with the steers getting out while we would come in and out of the barnyard, or we just forgot to lock it up when we went back out or came in or whatever. So we built this latch so that we can go in and out kind of crash bar style with the skid loader and not have to get in and out. And as soon as you go through, it comes back by itself and latches. So it's minimized the steers being out considerably since we put that in, and it's working pretty good. We've been using it for a couple of years now. Finisher mix we feed in the barn here in our bunk feeder at home. So we back the tractor in and offload it into our bunk feeder here at home. So we have to try to keep the steers away from this belt because they love to like let it scratch their head. So they'll like rub into it. Anyway, it stalls out the belt and then the feed jams up. So when we're running it, we have to try to keep them back so that they don't stall it out.
Tell her to keep them steers away.
Where's the dog at?
I don't know, I think he's in the house.
Hey guys, hey. Hey. Come on. I'm gonna make a quick adjustment to the amounts. Like I said, we try to adjust the feed amounts that we feed to match their intake so that we don't have a lot extra and in the pen, but yet that the feeders are full most of the day. So we're gonna change this one ration here quick and print out some new charts. So we're down here at this new facility that we're boarding cattle at. And when I say new, it's new to us, but this building is far from new. So we're figuring out the quirks and trying to make it all work, but it's going okay so far. So anyway, we come down here, we bring a couple commodities with us. We bring some earlage with us, and we bring some corn distillers with us and some corn silage. And then there's a bag here that we're loading barlage out of, and we mix that into, and that makes the ration for down here. And so once we have it all loaded, finish mixing it, then we run it in with conveyors into these bunk feeders. This is the second group of cattle that's down here. We brought that first mix down earlier, and now we have the finisher ration to bring down. All right, got one last mix to feed, and that's the mix for the Simmental heifers that we have here. We have a couple here at the home farm, and we're gonna run a little pile off here because that mix we also can feed with the mixer. So we have to feed with a skid loader, and then we'll head over there. Hip. A little bit tricky maneuvering the skid loader in here because there's lots of poles. Hip. They know the routine. Except for this one. Hey, come on. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, we're gonna run this mix over to the other farm. Muddy in here. So we feed so it goes down in that trough, and then some lands up top, and they like to come up here and eat it up top too. All right, that's our morning feeding routine.